Hi, besties. Welcome back to the Bestie Talk podcast. I'm your host, Kiannajit, and today we are going to be discussing the difference between soft girl era and boss girl era, or like boss babe mentality. We're going to be discussing the differences and also if you can have both. Like, let's get down to the nit and gritty. Can you actually have both? Can you be both the boss babe and the like girl building her empire while also being a soft girl? Okay. Can we have both? That's what we're going to be discussing today. I'm really excited for today's topic because if you know me, then you know that I used to be like super boss babe mentality. Like my that's how I was able to build my salon and my business and all of that. And it was just like engraved in me to hustle, hustle, hustle. Like I was definitely part of the hustle culture, honey. Like I did not think, like I used to always when I first started being in my business and being a waxer, I literally worked 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Like I was like, and if any client needs me after that, I can come in early, I can come in later. Like it does not matter. I'm going to work every single day. I'm going to do every single thing I can. Like when I opened my very first salon, I remember I would literally work 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and then I would come to the new location of my salon and I would work there till about 10 to 11 p.m. with my dad. And I would literally barely get any rest. And then I was going home, eating really quick, and then even doing more research and more lessons and stuff like that, like on the computer, learning different techniques, learning different things. I literally barely slept. Like I was crazy. Like I literally was on a rampage, honey. And all as much as I loved that version of me, I love this version of me so much more. And that version is just being able to balance both of them. And I'm going to teach you guys how I balance both soft girl era and boss babe mentality in today's episode. So, without further ado, let's get started. The first thing that I even want to talk about when we're talking about soft girl era versus like boss babe mentality is why the hell this is even like being brought up right now. I feel like if you were like chronically on the internet in like 20, I don't know, maybe four, no, like 20, like 16 to probably maybe 2020, maybe even 2021, boss babe mentality and like building like a girl building her empire was all the rage on the internet. Like it was literally everything. I remember in 2020 when everybody became their own boss because COVID, obviously. So people were kind of forced into being at home and being able to create businesses and being able to really just become their own boss because they kind of got laid off from their other jobs because of the pandemic. And they realized like, I need to be able to do something on my own. And although that was amazing, I think we were so hyper fixated on becoming like our own bosses and just really getting into this like entrepreneur world and boss babe mentality and hustle, 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 hustle. And now we're seeing like this insane shift. I feel like probably from 2022 to now, where soft girl era is all the rage. Every single influencer that you see right now, every single like mom influencer, all even like the boss babes, like even the ones that were preaching hustle, hustle, hustle are now preaching soft girl era and whatever the fuck that means. Okay, even me included. The one that was preaching like, oh my God, if you're not working 8 to 8 every single day, then you ain't trying hard enough. Like I was that. And now I am preaching soft girl era too. And it's like, why is that even happening? Why are we now becoming obsessed with this quote unquote soft girl era? And I really think that the reason why we're becoming obsessed with soft girl era is because of burnout. Burnout is so real, you guys. In every single category and every single genre, like every single workplace, everything, moms, friends, businesses, being in corporate world, it does not matter. Burnout is real. It is so fucking real. And that is why we need rest. That's why rest is so important. And I think we have become, completely burnt out, like as a collective. Like the whole collective is completely burnt the fuck out. We went so hard on trying to work for ourselves, becoming our own bosses and just building our empires. And now we're like completely burnt the fuck out. I will be the first to admit I am so burnt out. Every single other like business owner that I know in my industry, even in other industries, are screaming and crying about burnout. Like they literally feel like so many of other business owners that I know are walking away from their businesses and from their dreams and their goals that they once had because they're so burnt out. And that's why this new era of soft girl era is coming in, and it's becoming so like low key worldwide, and it's like low key taking it by storm, honey. It is like everybody is talking about soft girl era. And although I love it, I think that we really need to discuss a balance because it's like we're kind of going like everybody's going to one side. I literally see it as like the Titanic, and everybody's running to one side of the ship and then to hopefully get the ship to go down, but then the ship's going down on that side, so we're running all the way to that side. So everybody is like running to one side, everybody's running to the other side. Like it's not, we're not meeting here in the middle, and that's where we need to be doing. We need to be meeting in the middle and being able to live with balance in our lives of boss babe mentality and soft girl era. And I'm going to teach you how. Okay. So first of all, I think that we really need to like describe and define what is the soft girl era, what is boss babe mentality, because there might be some of you that are listening and are like, what the fuck is soft girl era? I don't even know what this girl's talking about right now. I'm going to tell you. Soft girl era is about diving deep into your divine feminine. It's about accepting help. It's about receiving instead of giving. It's about diving more into emotional intelligence. It's about finding peace and being at peace within peace. It's all about just being at ease, letting things come to you, not being so fixated, not worrying so much, not stressing. Like, I want you to imagine a life where every single thing that you want comes to you with ease. You don't have to even worry about it. You don't even have to think about it. It just comes to you. You don't have to worry about your bills. Your bills just get paid. You don't have to worry about dinner. You're not fixated and stressed about, oh my God, what the hell am I going to make for dinner? It's just easy. You have a meal in your mind. You're like, oh, I'm going to do it. Like, imagine if you lived a life that had absolutely no stress. Like, what in your life brings you stress? Okay, so now imagine that is gone and you get to live your life exactly how you want it. You get to have slow mornings, you get to do yoga, you get to wear pink, pretty little outfits, you get to do whatever it is that you want to do. You will more than likely enter into a peaceful era, and you're more than likely start doing things that you do now that bring you stress. Like for me it's always dinner. Like I hate. Literally, me and my mom were just talking about this. Why do we have to eat? Like, I am tired of trying to figure out what the hell I'm eating for dinner. Like, it is the most stressful thing. I have the pickiest husband in the world, and it is one of the most stressful things ever. But if I lived a life where I just had peace around me all the time and I didn't have to do anything else that stressed me out, then that thing of making dinner and figuring out what we're going to eat for dinner wouldn't send me over the edge. It wouldn't stress me out as much if I didn't have all this other stress in my life. Are you guys following me? So that is what soft girl era is. It's also romanticizing every single thing that is in your life, every single thing that you do, whether it's going to Dutch Bros in the morning, whether it's making your iced matcha at home, whether it's going to work, whether it's doing your makeup, if it's doing your hair, or doing an everything shower. All of those things, it's definitely romanticizing your life as it is. That is what your soft girl era is. Okay. So now I want to describe what is the boss babe mentality. The boss babe mentality is somebody who has this mindset of I want something and I'm going to go after it without any hesitation, without any shame. I'm going to work for it and work for it and work for it until I get it. It's somebody who is not going to rest, who doesn't like to rest. It's somebody who sees their dream and goes after it. It's somebody who doesn't take no for an answer. It's somebody who is not afraid of their goals, somebody who is always trying to level up, whether it's in their career, whether it's in their life, their family, their friends, it does not matter. They're always trying to level up. They're always trying to see the next big thing. They're seeing the bigger picture. They're always trying to elevate. They're always trying to move on to the bigger and better thing. But it's usually somebody who doesn't value things like peace, who doesn't value things like rest, doesn't value like healing. Soft girl era is more like, I'm going to heal. I want to heal from my traumas. I want to go to therapy. I want to really better myself. Whereas boss babe mentality is somebody who is like, I don't have time for my trauma. I'm going to turn that part of my brain off. I'm going to take everything that I was traumatized with, and now I'm going to use that as fuel to better myself in my career or in my business or whatever the case may be. So that is the difference between soft girl era, boss babe mentality. Okay. And although I'm not going to sit here and say one is better than the other, because truly one is not better than the other. One is better for somebody, one is better for the other person. But what I think is going to really make the biggest difference is if you combine the two and start to live as both. Because if you take a look at the boss babe mentality and the boss babe girl, right? She is completely avoiding all of her traumas. She's completely escaping everything that she has to do at home and going and putting all of that energy into her work, into her career. And she's completely avoiding everything that she's got going on at home, all the emotions, all the feelings, all of that. She's trying to avoid that. And that is not good, because what do we know happens to when you are so fixated on your work and other things and you avoid your feelings, you avoid your emotions, you avoid your trauma? Eventually it catches up to you. It doesn't just go away. Those things that happen to you don't just go away and disappear and you're never going to hear from them again. No, they come up in things like your every single day life, your relationships with people, how you get triggered at your job, how you go after things, how you deal with things on a day-to-day basis. That's how it starts to come up. And I'm also a firm believer that the things that you suppress, the traumas that you suppress now also come up later in health issues and physical issues that you've got going on with your body, mental problems, all of those things. It will come up later on in the future. So if you don't face them now, you're going to see it cause a problem later on in your life. And so that boss babe mentality is doing that. They're putting everything on the back burner because they are just going to fixate on what's in front of them, and that is their career and that is their business, and they're just going to go straight for it. Trust me, I was that for a very, 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 very long time, y'all. I was fixated on growing my business and growing it to the magnitude that I was able to grow it to. And I wanted to grow it even more. Like I always tell this story that the day I got my first keys to my very first salon, I literally looked at my mom and I said, within a year, I'm opening up a place that's even 10 times bigger, that's multiplied this. And my mom literally was like, Kianna, you just got your damn keys, girl. Be happy about the keys. Like, be happy about the first place. And I was like, no, 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 no. Within a year, I got to be bigger. I got to be doing so much better, all that stuff. And the reason why I was doing that, the reason why my mentality was that, was because I was avoiding every single thing else. I was avoiding all of my emotions, all the traumas that I was going through, more specifically, my father wound traumas. My father was somebody who was just like that, who was always on to the next best thing, who was a workaholic, hustle, hustle, hustle. And I wanted to prove that I could be better than him. So I was going to work even harder because I wanted to be better than him, because that was my way of like sticking it to him. That was my way of getting back to him for all the things that he had done wrong in my life. And news fucking flash, babe, that didn't make it better. Like being more successful than him and having more money than him and doing all the things that I did that he couldn't have done in his life did not make the trauma go away. It didn't make everything better. It didn't make my relationship better with him. If anything, it made it worse. It didn't make my feelings towards him better. Again, if anything, it made it worse. Like it did not do anything for me. If anything, it just brought so much more on in my life. It just made more problems in my life because now as I'm entering this new era of where I am bringing in the soft girl aspects of my life, I am realizing that holy shit, everything boils down to him. I tell this to anybody who will listen. Stop avoiding the trauma that you have in your life because eventually every other issue that you have going on in your life will boil down to that number one trauma. It will boil down to it and you're going to be like, fuck, that has to do with that again? I'm sick and tired of having to try to deal with that or trying to heal from that. Why is this always coming up in my life? Why does this always trigger me about this specific thing? And it's because you never healed from it. You need to heal that one trauma. And if you don't, it's going to show up in every other aspect of your life. But if you take a look at the soft girl era, you take a look at the soft girl, the girl who is so entwined with healing and really working on herself, and that is her main focus, you will see that she is healing and she's working on herself, and that's amazing and that's beautiful and that's admirable. But she is so willing, usually I'm not saying all the time, but she is so willing to kind of let opportunities just pass her by and kind of throw her hands up in the air. If it's meant for me, it's meant for me. I see a lot of girls who are quote unquote soft girls, soft girl era, and they're very easily to be like, oh, divinely guided. Things will happen when they're supposed to happen. All this, and all that's beautiful. And 100%, everything is in alignment. Everything happens for a reason. Everything is divinely guided. Everything is on purpose and nothing is a coincidence 1000%. But I am a strong believer, as a lot of other people are strong believers, that the universe says, yes, I will help you and yes, I will guide you, but you also have to do the work. I am not going to give you everything on a silver platter unless you also do the work. The universe will meet you halfway, but you also have to meet the universe halfway. You have to show that you are worthy of these opportunities, of these gifts, of everything. You have to show that you're worthy of that. Or why else would the universe give it to you? It's like when you go get a job, right? You have to show that you're worthy of this new promotion, right? Because if you didn't show that you were worthy of the new promotion, then they're not going to give you that new promotion. They're going to give it to the person that's next to you that has been working hard, that's been trying to show that they are worthy of this promotion. So the same thing happens with the universe. And unfortunately, a lot of these soft girl eras, quote unquote, girlies are letting these opportunities pass you by. And that is where I think that the boss babe mentality of like going after the things that you want, going after your business opportunities, your career needs to be implemented in the soft girl era. So I 1000% believe you can have both. You can be a soft girl, but you can also be a boss babe all at the same time. But it's all about balance, knowing which one is appropriate at which time, right? So if you have a business opportunity or you have a goal, you have a dream of something that you want, do you think that you should be tapping into your soft girl side, or do you think you should be tapping into your boss babe side? Now, if you're in a relationship with a man and he wants to take you and take care of you, which area of your mind, of your body and your soul should you be tapping into? Your boss babe who wants to do everything independently, or your soft girl who is willing to accept and receive? I know y'all answered right, and it's a soft girl. Okay. So you need to be able to identify and actually be able to implement each of those areas that are in your mind, body, and soul into different aspects of your life. This is where discernment and listening to your intuition and really doing the work, doing the groundwork, the journal prompts, the affirmations, the shadow work, the therapy, where all of that comes into play, because you need to be able to decide which part of your mind, body, and soul that you are going to use in each moment of your life. You also have to understand, to my boss girls out there, the girlies that struggle with rest, because the number one thing that I see every single day is women struggling with the fact of that they're allowed to rest. Like the idea of like, I have to keep going, 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 going. I need you to understand that rest is needed. It's not okay. It's needed. There's a reason why your phone dies and you need to plug it in and give it a fucking rest. There's a reason why athletes need to take a break and rest and bring up their breathing and calm down. There's a reason why we sleep, because we need to rest. If that doesn't happen, what happens if you just don't sleep? If you wake up and you literally don't go to sleep, you literally crash the fuck out. Your mind, body, and soul, your body will start to fail. Your mind will start to fail. You'll start to go crazy. You will literally lose your shit because you are not sleeping, because you are not resting. That also goes on with your mental. Okay. When you are going, so fixated on what's the next thing, what do I have to do, the to-do list, get the kids in the car, let's do this, let's do that, like continuously going, you will burn out. You will crash the fuck out. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You will do it. You need to understand that rest is okay. Rest is needed. It's okay to rest. You need to change your mindset, completely shift it, and release the guilt of taking a break, taking rest. You need to release that in order to bring in and to welcome in your soft girl era. I want you guys to do some reflection at the end of today's episode. We're here at the end, and I want you guys to do some reflection, some homework, some affirmations I'm going to give you guys today at the end, so you guys can really be able to tap into both soft girl era and boss babe mentality. But first things first, I need you guys to ask, what season of life am I in? Do I need more structure, or do I need more softness in my life? And if so, where can I put each place? So where do you need structure in your life, and where do you need softness in your life? And I need you guys to literally create a diagram, a graph of where you need softness, where you need some structure, and start to implement that into your life. We are going to end today's episode with 10 affirmations for you guys to be able to balance both soft girl era and boss babe mentality. So feel free to write these down in your notes, on a piece of paper, put it in your mirror, anywhere that you see every single day. So that way you can really start to balance both soft girl era and boss babe mentality. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I allow myself to receive while I achieve. Resting is productive. I recharge to show up as my best self. I am powerful and in control, yet graceful and at ease. I attract success effortlessly while maintaining my peace. My femininity and ambition coexist beautifully. I honor my emotions while staying focused on my goals. I trust that slowing down doesn't mean falling behind. I work smarter, not harder, and create space for joy. I am disciplined when needed and gentle when necessary. I am worthy, whether I'm in my hustle era or my healing era. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I loved today's episode, today's topic. I hope it helped you in any aspect that you are in your life, or any era that you are in your life. I want you guys to share your experiences, share what you guys are going through in this moment in your life. What era are you in? What era do you want to start welcoming more into your life? Do you want to start welcoming more boss babe mentality, more soft girl era? What are you currently doing? Do you do both? Are you one or the other? Tell me, let me know in the comments below. And I hope you guys have an amazing day, a beautiful week ahead of you. Make sure you guys are subscribing and following and all the good stuff. You know all the good stuff. It's all down there in the description box. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next week on the next episode of Bestie Talk Podcast. I'll see you next time. Bye.